ladies and gentlemen, we're back and we're just plain living. And my name's John Gray.
Hi, John Gray. You call this
Peggy.
living?
Yeah, this is living.
We're back.
It's better than the alternative, though, Peggy. And I'm Jim Fuller.
Go.
No, I'm happy to be here. How are you, Jim?
I just found out something very personal about Peggy right before we went on the air, and I can actually share this with you folks. But among many things that she's told us that was kind of personal, but Peggy ate mud pie. Actually, ate mud pies when she was a kid.
My sister made mud pies, and I thought my sister hung the moon, and anything she did was okay with me. I thought she was a good cook, so I ate the mud pies.
John had a good point as we were having that conversation that's how you build up immunities in your system, which is actually true. I read an article one time about the sewer rats in New York.
Oh my gosh!
Are immune to about everything. You know, because they've lived in that kind of environment all their life.
As big as the wharf rats in the Philippines.
I don't know.
They were like possums.
Yeah.
They were this big.
I'm sure some of them
The first time I saw one, I had no clue, and they ran in and out of open sewers.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah. But they're immune to about everything. Their immune systems are just unbelievable.
Well, they just,
But it brings about a point. You know, our children now, we were talking about batteries and where batteries go and recycling and things like that, and water bottles. And Peggy said she drinks out of the faucet.
I do.
I drink out of the faucet. You know, you wonder if our children, due to the fact that they don't get water that has any impurities in it, they don't play outside. You know, if their immune systems will develop the way they should, to where if at some point later on they won't be immune to anything.
Well, you know, though, if you live in Tullahoma, or probably anywhere on the Duck River that Randall Breaker's in charge of,
right,
the water is so pure out of the tap that it's probably better than bottled water.
Yeah, and there's so many springs. I grew up with spring water.
Right.
Literally, not out of a faucet, out of the spring, from a bucket.
Right. Yeah. That's good stuff.
It is.
I can remember when we were playing football, and of course back when I played football, you didn't get to drink water. Now they hydrate all the time. Oh no! You're a weakling. Salt pills.
It's a wonder they hadn't killed a bunch of kids back then.
But down at Rock Creek, down over there on the creek, there was a little concrete basin there where at one time there was a spring house, and where a spring came up in Rock Creek. This is right here at Rock Creek, Wilson Avenue, and when we got through with football practice, we would run down to Rock Creek and drink like cattle going down there. And
I just don't understand why they wouldn't let you drink.
They just didn't do that back then.
That was one of the rules.
Now they stop about every 20 or 30 minutes and let them go over there and suck a bunch of water.
You know, and amazingly, I don't remember anybody dying from that.
No, we didn't. Salt pills, big old hands full of those orange salt pills. Here, boy, take this.
Yeah, I'm reading a book about I can't even remember the name of the book, but it's about back during the Second World War. These pilots crashed, and they had no water. And they survived something like 34 days on a raft, but they caught water.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously couldn't drink seawater. Anyway, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. Well, military always.
Water, I think that's
we do. And somebody said something the other day to me about, I can't believe they waste that much water washing those fire trucks. And I said, well, if they pulled out of the fire hall in a dirty fire truck, think of all the people who would be writing the newspaper saying them lazy firemen are down there, they don't ever do nothing. Look at those nasty trucks.
Well, there you go.
But it wasn't, they weren't talking about whether the truck was clean or dirty or the expense of the water monetarily. The statement was made about it's not very good conservation of a resource.
Yeah, and in some places they're recycling water that comes from the dishwasher, from the washing machine, and all that. Like that water be recycled to flush the commode and on and on. Think of all the water we do waste. Your shower, when you take a shower, that could so easily flush a commode if it was salvaged.
Right. Oh, sure.
So,
In a lot of countries that happens.
Well, we're fortunate here, though. We have plenty of water, and
We hope we
Right
do.
now.
Right, today we do.
And well, 4 or 5 years ago, there was. You
There
remember
was a
the lake
shortage
level
on
was
there,
getting
yeah.
short, but with the lakes and stuff, it's not likely we're going to have a huge problem. But
We hope not.
yeah,
We hope we shouldn't forget though.
Well, I want to know if everybody is happy that soccer is over with.
You know, I haven't given it a thought, but we
Good
have
for
heard
you.
a bit about it, haven't we?
I'm going to take a class on soccer because obviously it's a big deal, and I don't understand it very well, but.
You're going to take a class.
I need to. Yeah. I mean, it's popular all over the world. It's popular here in the United States
Well,
as well.
I
but,
think
just-
probably that the popularity in this country is grown exponentially this year. Because there were people everywhere watching, and I had somebody tell me, said, I watched the Germans and the Argentines play
Yeah.
in the finals, and this person said, I've never watched a soccer game before in my life.
I think it's
So,
pretty exciting. My
people are-
grandson plays soccer. A lot of kids play soccer.
It's exciting. They play for 90 minutes and don't score.
Well,
How can that be exciting? It's like watching
Think about
grass,
it.
it's like
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
grass
Something, yeah.
grow.
yeah, I think you're right. You know, it's kind of the same with baseball to some extent. Remember in the baseball World Series, they went several games there where nobody would score over 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that gets a little boring after a while.
Yeah.
I think you like offense. I think that's what sells fans. But supposedly soccer is kind of sort of like football. I mean, if you get a touchdown in football, it's 6 points. And I guess that's what they equate that to. But
Oh yeah, but
I
you
don't-
play for 90 minutes and you don't score.
yeah, I know.
I wouldn't
know.
think soccer is quite as brutal as football. People get really hurt in football,
People get hurt in soccer too. I mean, and I watched a lot because soccer don't have any pads.
but
And these guys are going up, and one of the things that they use in soccer to strike the ball with is their head.
well,
They header balls, and so
It's not
here's
real.
2 guys. Yeah, but they're if 2 of them are
They're
going,
butting heads,
they're
isn't it?
butting
Yeah.
heads. They're
That's-
knocking each
that's
other
what
out,
hurts.
busting
Yeah.
each other's faces up.
what
and it's not. No, it's not as brutal as football, but it's a you can't. It's not a panty waist game.
No.
It's you
not
better
any stretch
put
of
your
the
big boy drawers on when you go out there to play.
think of a commercial.
Put your big boy pants on and go out
There
there
you
and
go.
play that because plus to run solid, never quit for 45 minutes
Think of
without
the energy
stopping.
they use.
Lean and mean, these
Lean and
guys
mean,
are.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So it was some quite impressive stuff, and the winning goal from the Germans, who had beat Brazil. Brazil was the native land where it was all being held, and they were the
Exactly.
number 2 team in the
And they're
world, and
still
they got
whining
beat.
and
They got
crying,
beat
yeah.
7-1.
I mean,
by the
they're
Germans
just-
beat them.
That was a
Annihilated
shocker.
them.
Yeah, that
It
one
was
was.
huge.
Yeah.
Annihilated them. And then I think the Netherlands beat them too. But it was. Then some guy bit another one. It's like they was talking about
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
He done fit in good with that.
Tyson
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this thing.
right,
This guy
Mike
yeah.
was on the
biting
team.
somebody.
Yeah.
It was his 3rd or 4th time to bite somebody, so they fired him.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know. It's just it got to be kind of interesting to see what was going to happen, and that's the one thing the people on the announcers said. There was everything. Maybe there wasn't a single superstar, but there was all kinds of drama going on during this whole thing. And the Americans did very well, better than anybody ever
Ever thought
expected
they
them
would,
to
Did
do.
anybody get killed during the riots after the game?
No, I don't know about
But there
that.
was a lot of
I
rioting
don't think
in the
so.
streets.
I
yeah.
don't think
Well,
so.
there's like what 250,000 people at those
Yeah.
games. Plus outside, they're standing for miles
Right.
outside. It's
Right.
crazy.
I hope people are going to hang around for our show and watch this couple that's here for 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
All right.
Where they're coming up after a while, and we're
They're,
going to talk
they're,
about
and
that.
they might even get married anyway.
They might.
know.
They might.
See, it's how they're engaged.
We've really found out some inside information on this since they've been in the studio this morning that we'll
I
reveal
have
to you
never
as soon as they
seen
get
that
on the air.
play.
So.
I'm excited about it.
Did you see the movie?
I saw the movie
years and years and years
ago.
ago.
I saw the movie.
It was a great
and it was
movie.
a cute movie and very energetic. That's what I
Right,
liked
right,
about that.
right.
Speaking of, Big River's still on in Tullahoma.
Yes, it is.
This is last weekend. In
I'm
fact,
done.
somebody told me it's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, not Sunday.
Really?
That's what I was told yesterday. If I'm wrong, somebody call in, but I'm pretty sure they're doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so that they can strike the set on Sunday.
Well, that's good.
Strike the set.
Strike the set.
Strike. I haven't
the
heard
set,
that term
yeah.
in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. You know,
Striking.
putting it up and putting it on, you know, when the show is on, that's the fun time. And then
Oh yeah.
everybody wants to go home when it's time to
Bands that
strike the
go out
set,
and play
yeah.
bars and stuff like that, and even to some extent karaoke shows, which I can speak personally
Yes,
from.
breaking it down.
Yeah, I mean, that's I've had some guy that played for us. At least said we don't charge you nothing to play. We
It's-
charge you to bring our
Right.
stuff in and
They
tear it
love to
down.
play.
Take it down.
They
Yeah,
love to play.
right.
They play all night.
And nobody, particularly if you're doing this on a volunteer basis, everybody's there to bring it in. Nobody's
there
left to take it out.
Yeah, we witnessed
That's
that.
the hard part.
We were baptized in that and learned our
certainly
lesson
were.
when the Sons of the Legion sponsored a show, promoted a show for Sawyer Brown at Motlow College, and for some reason or other, they all decided we could save ourselves a bunch of money because it was our responsibility
Yeah.
to get their equipment in. If we did this ourselves, well, that worked real well going
the
in.
beginning, 'cause everybody wanted to see
When
the
they got
show,
back,
yeah.
I think it was me and John and his brother.
Yeah,
was the
yeah, there
only
were
people
three of
left
us.
to load that back on the truck.
Three of us, and this is a big band.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
a big
yeah,
band, and
it's
I think it
huge.
Two
saved us
semis,
about $1,000.
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that
Oh, wow.
for cartage. We were the cartage.
Cartage is huge.
And I mean,
Yeah.
you're hauling all the cables, the snakes, all the amplifiers, all of that stuff in and out. We had
can't
about
believe you did.
what, 15
Yeah.
to haul it in, 3 to haul it out. And we like to kill ourselves.
I know the story. It's that way with so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn your lesson as you get
Learn,
older.
yes, you do. Yes, you
Find
no, we ain't
very
doing
few
that.
that you can totally depend on to see it through.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to depend on you to hang around because we have a great show for you today. Don't you go away. After a few short commercial breaks, we'll be right back with Just More Living.
It's a Kia Cadenza kind of day at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. This luxurious Kia has too many features to mention, with prices starting as low as $33,943. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. We have a huge selection to choose from here at Russell Barnett Kia, and mention this ad and receive an additional $500 off your next Kia Cadenza purchase. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency Trane cooling units with some special financing through the end of June. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now Jerry Harris, who is our partner here at P-Head Production and Charter Channel 6. And Jerry works primarily in the walking horse business, produces the show What a Horse, and it's we're moving closer to the time where it's the biggest event of the year for the walking horse business, and the celebration is coming up at the end of August.
August 20th through August 30th. And Jimmy, I'd like for everybody to really understand how important this celebration is. Number one, there's a lot of bills in Congress that are looking at what's going on in the industry, and of course, each week I show where the industry has improved to 98.6% and better. we face very subjective inspections, but that beside the point. What we need this year is for people to really support the celebration. The celebration started in 1939 as a community service to provide an outlet or an event that charities could raise funds for the year. And it has continued through the years to do that. This is the 75th. And this, I mean, when the celebration comes to town, everybody benefits. I mean, the tax base goes up because you raising, I
A lot
can't
of
say
people,
raising.
from out of state are spending
Right.
money in the Shelbyville area. And when we talk about the Shelbyville area, I would assume that doesn't just include the city of Shelbyville. That's really
No.
affects all the surrounding counties as well.
I don't know of a county that's connected to Bedford County that it does not help.
That's right. Any of the contiguous counties to Bedford is going to benefit because people staying all over the place and they're spending money in all these areas.
Well, they're spending money at restaurants, motels, service stations, fast food. I mean, you name it, and it supports it. Plus, there's 14 charities on the celebration grounds. Now, CEO Mike Inman, he does a tremendous job of scheduling things and all. This year, they are bringing the Futurity back, which that is the Breeders Association's Futurity. It used to be one of the biggest nights in the walking horse industry, and it has returned to the Chalsonic. It will be on August the 20th, and that's where the horses that have been nominated are crowned. And I mean, it's just it's a
These are
great
typically
venue.
some of the younger horses, right?
Right. I think the oldest 3 years old.
Right.
But you'll have winglings, yearlings, you'll have fillies, studs, you name it, you got it. You got your 3-year-olds, your 2-year-olds, and all of these were nominated for the Futurity. And then, of course, the celebration starts Wednesday morning with some flat shot classes, which we will be live streaming for the celebration again this year. And we will be, we will have the celebration news each morning, just like we have the last 10 years, I guess. But it's just important that people understand how important that the celebration is. And I know that's kind of redundant. I want them to know how important something is, and they've just got to realize that a lot of these charities, they depend on the celebration this one time a year. Now, this is funds that stays in the community. It doesn't go anyplace. This is money that stays right here to help those charities. And it's just, through the years, it just seems like people have shied away from, coming at night. We still have great crowds, but there's room for more. And the more people it comes, the more exciting it gets. And it's just something that I think needs to be promoted more. People need to, I'd love to see the excitement. I can remember, Jimmy, when it was, you couldn't get a seat. Everybody was happy, and I can see that excitement coming back over the 4th of July weekend. You couldn't find a parking place. You couldn't find a place to sit down hardly. There was so many people there, and I'm hoping that kind of goes over to the celebration.
Right. And and I think, and you sort of hit on this to start with, that there's certainly a lot of negative publicity these days about the walking horse industry in general. But Jerry pointed out that in spite of all that, and in spite of what we believe, because we work it Jerry works it every week, is highly questionable inspection process,
very subjective,
to say the least. Still in all, that 98.6% of these horses are found to be compliant, and I suspect it's greater than that, because we question the integrity. Well, I won't say integrity, but the qualifications of some of the inspectors who are doing the inspection, for a lot of reasons, and that is that there have been cases where horses pass on Friday and don't pass on Saturday, or vice versa. That's just one.
Or pass going in, don't pass coming out.
Yeah, it's like, how did that change? And
I tell you, the wildest part about it, Jimmy, is continuously one video is thrown back at us, but what they never say is the person they're using was disqualified, suspended by the industry. They never mention that, because he was already on suspension when they went into his barn, which the show HIO, which is inspection organization has no authority to go in his barn. They had an inside agent, Humane Society did, that went in there, but they did that after he was suspended. They have another one that they use that was suspended by the show HIO. The industry had already got rid of them. And I've noticed through different videos that I see that they're using people that the industry has got, suspended, got out of the industry to come back and bash us. Well, what do you expect them to do? You just suspended them. They've got a grudge to begin with, so now they come back and, what they're doing, they're preying on the fact that the industry is doing their job in policing our horse. We don't need help. We got HIOs that do it.
And the significance of that, folks, is because now there's legislation pending before Congress which would probably destroy the industry as we know it. It is sponsored by or driven by the Humane Society of the United States, which in itself is a highly questionable organization. Very. They stay in trouble. The one we talk about that only contributes 1% of the money they raise, which is like $130 million a year. They only contribute about 1% of that to local charities. I doubt we see any of it in Tennessee, but they're and they tout the backers of this legislation, which is known as the PAST Act. They tout the fact that in the House of Representatives they've got 300 sponsors. I read some 300 members who are actually co-sponsors of the bill. But the fact of the matter is, and they do, but the fact of the matter is, it's only 3% of those 300 members are have anywhere even close to a walking horse industry. In other words, you might be somewhere in some state that doesn't even have walking horses, and somebody walks up and says, I think they're abusing these horses in Tennessee. Would you sign this? And they say, yeah, sure, I'm against that. Well, so is Jerry against that.
Hey, I'm not
so
part
is
of it.
So is 98% of everybody that's in the walking horse industry is against that. But you got to look beyond that, and then this is a highly questionable piece of legislation.
Well, it's just very questionable. They want to destroy everything and get rid of, they're wanting to punish even the 98.6% who are compliant so they can get to 1.4% that's not. But if you look at it, Jimmy, and you look at all the industries, we have a better compliance rate of horses, even though we're under subjective inspections, than the thoroughbred industry does. Right. Because 7.4% of horses that race die on the racetrack. So, what I'm saying is we are not what people point the finger and say. The people who know the truth.
Right. And so, it's important that you guys turn out and support the walking horse industry, because it's huge economically to our area.
That's correct.
And we'll be talking to you again about that. Unfortunately, we just ran out of time, Jerry.
I know.
At this segment.
Come to Celebration this year. We need everybody to come show support.
That's right. And if you can't be there, we will be bringing you reports every morning at 7 o'clock, I think it is, Jerry, and from the night before. So, all right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back right after this.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
You know, this past weekend at North Cape Mall, there was a activity held. It was for just guys. It was the Just Guys show, all things guys. And there was everything down there from lingerie to car parts. Now, I asked the guy with the lingerie, I said, that doesn't have anything to do with guys. And he said, don't you want to see your woman in something like that? And I went, makes sense. So there was part of the fundraiser was for Nick Smith, the owner of Daddy Billy's, who's fighting cancer right now. And Children's Advocacy was involved in this as well. But there was everything from ice cold beer to kettle corn to a man making homemade ice cream with a machine he built himself to do it with. All kind of fun stuff going on, all things guys, right here in Tullahoma at North Cape Mall. And this is the entrance to the All Guys show here. And this is a benefit being put on to help Nick Smith with some of his hospital expenses. We're going to go inside and just check it all out. Look at this guy right here. How's things going this morning?
They're awesome. Still setting up.
Still
got a lot
set.
of people rolling in, got a lot of great vendors and exhibitors coming in, and got a lot going on today.
All right, we're going to take just a look around and see what's happening. Appreciate what you're doing here. All things guys. Look at that guy right there. There's Alan Jackson II.
I don't know about that.
There's another superstar right there. Look at her. Things going good?
Things are going great. Vendors setting up. Everybody's excited.
When's it going to crank off?
3 o'clock.
All right, baby. See you then. I mean, there's everything from car motors to they're lining up some classic cars over here. Look at here. Got homemade ice cream, hot dog stands coming in. Barbecue, brand new automobiles. Ooh, looky here what's getting ready to happen. They're cranking up this ice cream here. Now this is a good looking apparatus right here. What in the world are you? That's two of the biggest ice cream freezers I believe I've ever seen. Huh?
Pretty good size.
Pretty good size. How long you been doing this?
This is our first year.
Oh, is it? What
is.
kind of flavors and stuff do you have?
We have vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Well, those are the only three you need,
We're
aren't they?
fixing to go to peach.
All right. Well, hope you have a good day today. Look at here, kettle corn, kettle corn. Got a log cabin out here in the middle of the parking lot. Can't beat that. I bet it is. Look at there, isn't that cool? There's a big Sam Adams mug right there. It means they're probably gonna have some cold beer. There's Pop's Place, iced tea, all kinds of drinks and things. They're just getting started here. And got a big bandstand they're setting up right here, so tonight there'll be some live music out here and all kinds of things happening. There's that big Miller Lite can right there. All things guys. That looks like all things girls back there. All things.
Who do you think they wear that for?
They wear them for them guys, don't they?
All things guys.
I love it. I love it. Look at here, Papa's Place. What are you doing over here today?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about you?
Doing good. What are you going to be selling today? Sweet tea?
Sweet tea lemonade.
All right, sounds
Pink
good.
lemonade.
Pink lemonade. Look at those big old mugs right there you got.
Beautiful bags.
Beautiful mugs right here. Look at this.
Hamburger, sausage, Italia, cabasa.
All that good stuff.
You got it.
You're the man.
The best
Yeah, that's
place
Chris.
in
Is that
town.
Chris back there?
Yeah, Chris back
Yeah,
there.
there he is. They got you working out behind the building, baby. That's where you belong. I should have known that beautiful Samantha would be here today. My buddy, and all things good, she's always around. All right, everything's running wide open here. All things guys today at Northgate Mall. They've got cars. They've got fire trucks. All kinds of people. Look at that ride right there. That's something. There's the Tullahoma Fire Department fire truck right there. Look at all these cars down through here. Hot rods, you name it, they got it. All things guys at Northgate Mall. Look at that gorgeous truck right there. Yeah, this is all about guys. Look at all the stuff going on here. Here's Hills Power Pro. Look at them. Them guys like to cut grass. Yes, sir. Say those guys like to cut grass, do they?
Yes, sir.
With a great lawnmower.
Gravely long.
Gravely, a great Gravely.
Hills Power Pro.
There you go, you got it. There the girls are right there, look at them. They got a packed house here. Yeah, everybody's here now.
It's not just Twisted Tea Girls. It's girls too.
The what?
Twisted Tea Girls.
All right, look at here. This is all things guys. Look at this, all this radio equipment, car equipment, all things guys. Look at this car right here, huh? They're wearing it out here today. Place is packed, they got them packed in right here. There's kettle corn right there. Look at that smile. Yeah, I don't see any kernels in those teeth.
No, you won't find any kernels in our popcorn.
There you go. There's no kernels in the popcorn. Look at that. Isn't that good looking? Kettle corn. Look at there. Twisted Tea. There's the Twisted Sisters right there. Y'all looking good today. The Twisted Girls over there. Is that what they are? Look at there. There's the Twisted Girl. Y'all don't look twisted to me. There's Mike right there. Mike's up here selling lawnmowers. That'd be Mike Winton right there with Sears in Tullahoma and Shelbyville, and also an independent candidate for representative in the United States Congress.
Very good.
Very good. Did I do good?
You did well.
Good luck to you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Look at here. Look at that pair right there getting them some iced tea on a hot summer day. Got to hydrate to get on that motorcycle, don't you?
That's right.
You got it all over you. All right, this is homemade ice cream right here. Machine operated, gas engine operated. Look at that. Got those pulleys turning those cranks right there. Making some great homemade ice cream. Did you manufacture that? You build it?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's a great idea.
Thank you very much.
Saves on a whole lot of elbow grease.
It sure does.
Makes pretty good ice cream,
Makes
too.
very good ice cream.
There you go. Thank you, sir. All right, we got everything from motorcycle riders, equipment, hats, helmets, cars, new cars, old cars, all going on right here at Northgate Mall in Tullahoma. Look at there. You want to find things happening in your world? Come to Tullahoma. Come to Northgate Mall. It's always exciting here.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and fine sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Trucks. Trucks.
The #1 selling truck for 35 years straight, the Ford F-Series, can be found at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. We have a huge selection of over 100 trucks to choose from, with Ford manufactured rebates and incentives up to $10,000 or 0% financing available. Now is the time to buy. So come on down to Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester, and remember,
Trucks. Trucks.
and more trucks. Why buy anywhere else?
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back. You're going to be really glad you stuck around. I certainly am glad I did. I have with me today Caitlin Burnett, somebody I loved since she was a baby almost, and she's all grown up and a junior in college. I'm going to let you introduce your fiance.
This is my fiance, James Rogers, and he plays my husband in the show that we're about to talk about.
And I think that's the coolest thing. And we're about to talk about Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yes.
And I think it would be nice for you to know that it's taking place at the Manchester Arts Center, and it's going to be 2 weekends away, which is
August.
December. Hello.
Yes, it starts August 1st, and it runs that first weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the next weekend, the 8th, 9th, and 10th also.
8th, 9th, and 10th. And the Arts Center has a fairly small auditorium, so you need to get your tickets in a hurry. And let's tell them how to get tickets.
They can go to millenniumrep.org, www.millenniumrep.org, and you get a discount if you get tickets off of there.
That's right, and I think that's such a cool idea. And I think is there a senior ticket? And
there's a senior ticket. And if you get them at the door, they're $16 just regular, and then $14 for seniors, students, and military.
One thing about the Manchester Arts Center, there is not a bad seat in the house.
No.
I mean, everywhere you sit, acoustics are great, and it's a really nice auditorium. So, James, tell me a little bit about the play. I saw the movie a long time ago, but, you know, I'm brain dead now.
Well, I guess the story centers around this family, the Ponape family. Adam Ponape lives up in the mountains in Oregon. And
is that you?
That's me. I play Adam. And I've got 6 brothers that I'm taking care of, and there's no woman in the household to take care of us, so the house is a pigsty, and we have, I complain that the food's even worse, so I make up my mind to come down to town to find me a wife. So I go in to trade everything, and then I'm just looking at all the women over, and then I find Millie and just ask her to marry me right there.
And I'm thinking, this is Millie.
Yes, I play Millie.
And so that gets the whole thing started.
Yes, and Millie has no idea that he has 6 brothers living up in the mountain, and she's kind of always dreamed of a man that she says has a goodness in his eyes to come and take her away. And so they get married, and they go up to his cabin, and she's greeted by 6 rowdy men. That's
quite a shocker.
Yeah, the first thing I do is pretty much show her where all the stuff in the kitchen is, and where all our dirty clothes are, and show her all my brothers, and so she just finds out all this first day there.
That's a big shocker.
Yeah.
That would be hard. People would be hard put to see that happen today. I love the idea of it, though, and I remember some of the music, but I can't sing any of it. It is a musical.
Yes.
And how big is the cast? Obviously, 7 brides and 7 brothers.
It's pretty big. There's lots of other guys who are interested competing over the brides and stuff like that too. And it's a big production. There's a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, and a lot of acting. And I think Noel Clemens has built a lot of our set, and it just looks great so
Noel
far.
is quite a good director.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he does a lot of wonderful directing there at the MAC and sometimes over here. And so we're so blessed to have him. And
Yes.
Miss Annie.
Yes.
Is she in it? No, probably not, but she's probably around.
Yeah.
Anyway, opening in 2 weeks, and ticket prices, did we, let's talk about that.
Yes.
You said 16
They're
if you buy 'em
16 at the door, 14 with your senior or military or student discount.
It's neat
but-
that they do a military discount. That's
yes,
real special
it's
to
really
me.
neat. But yeah, the online discount, and you can also call 931-470-4489 to get tickets.
470-4489.
Yes.
And you can make your reservations that way.
Yes.
I think it's so good to be able to do it online because you don't have to stand in line. When you get there,
You get to pick your
instantly
seat.
You pick your seat, you go to sit down, and it's a lot easier that way. Do you have a favorite part of the show that you want to tell about?
I really like going courting, which is the part where Millie has kind of taken it upon herself to give etiquette to his brothers and teach them how to act towards girls and how to dance and how to be gentlemen. And it's a really fun dancing song, and it's a fun part. That's probably one of my favorites.
So, is there a lot of solo work in it? Do you have some big? I'm assuming you two are the major leads, and you probably have the biggest songs. And you're getting used to using a track for a background, which never bothers me. You know, I watched. I think they did. What's that thing with the nights?
Spamalot.
Spamalot. How can I ever forget? I thought that was awesome, and they had track for a background, and it never bothered you. It was wonderful. So you guys are getting married.
We are.
I mean, this is a true story. You're acting it out right on stage. I love that.
It's kind of funny, you know, some of the lines in her song, she's like, I'm gonna have to cook 1,000,000 strips of bacon and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah, there you go.
So it is really funny, the timing of it all.
The timing of it all, and it works really well. I think how fortunate they are to have the two of you, because I feel like I helped in some way in Caitlin's life, and she certainly has touched mine ever since I ever knew her. And I'm so pleased that you've picked James, because I think he's going to do. I think he's going to be just fine. I always thought in the back of my head, I hope he's good enough. I believe he is. I believe he is. This is really exciting. And I think you have a new ring, maybe?
I do.
Yes, you do. That is really pretty.
Thank you.
And that feels good. Well, listen, get your tickets. Here's the phone number. Write it down, or go to the website, write that down, and get your tickets online, because it's less expensive and it's a lot easier. And if you want information, I guess you can call that number and get information. But it's 2 weekends. Give me those dates again.
August 1st through 3rd and 8th through 10th. And it's 7:30 Friday and Saturday and 2 o'clock on Sundays.
Sunday afternoon. Well, don't forget 7 Brides for 7 Brothers over in Millennium at the Art Center.
Yes.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you,
I
Miss
love you.
Peggy.
Thanks for coming. Nice to meet you, James. We'll be back.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard, because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Hey folks, we're back. Look at here. I want to show you this right here. This is Aqua Hydrate. This is a great water, and if you are out and it's summertime, which it is, and you get dry, this is what you need to drink. Aqua Hydrate. It has electrolytes. We want to thank Mid-South Distributing, Rick Gerwe and family for helping us with this. They're our water sponsor here at Charter Channel 6. So when you need great, refreshing water, hydrate with Aqua Hydrate from Mid-South Distributing. All right, thanks, Rick. Now, what we're going to do is I went down to Normandy. I love traveling around, going to these different venues and listening to music and eating the food, because most of the time where there's music, there's food. And I went to the River Cafe down in Normandy and heard a great little band the other night playing some classic country, and just wanted to bring a little bit of that to you. And Don Jones, my buddy Don Jones, was down there playing with them as well. So let's have a little bit of that from the river.
Don't look so sad. I know it's over. But life goes on. This whole world
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Don't risk losing the Social Security disability benefits you have earned. I'm Russell Hedges with Moore & Hedges, attorneys at law. I bring over 25 years of experience and dedication to your case. My Social Security team will walk you through the process. We can increase your chances of winning and maximize the benefits due to you. If we do not win, you will not owe us a fee. Call me, Russell Hedges, with Moore & Hedges, attorneys at law, for maximum returns and minimum concerns.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
All right, folks, we're back, and this past Thursday night, something happened at South Jackson Civic Center that happens annually. There was the Midsummer Night Swing Ice Cream Social, and it was all kinds of fun. The South Jackson Street Band was there. There were well over 100 people, probably close to 150 people there, had some great dancers, and let me tell you what, the politicians were out in force looking for a vote, and we were there. We'll bring you that video right now. Midsummer Night Swing at South Jackson Civic Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at South Jackson Civic Center, and this is the Midsummer Night Swing Ice Cream Social right here, and it's just getting ready to kick off, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of politicians around trying to talk to different ones, and there's Miss South Jackson right there. And the crowd's starting to gather here, and they'll be playing some of this beautiful old-time swing and big band music here. And that's the South Jackson Street Band there, getting ready to crank off. And there's Jerry Cordell, who's running for county mayor right there, and Jerry Ledsinger running for judge. Oh yeah, here comes Mike right here, independent candidate for United States Representative. There's Miss Sue right there. Do you have gelato, baby?
I've got 2 butterpecan gelatos, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you, honey. Look at them eating gelato out of mason jars. Isn't that special?
Chocolate.
Chocolate gelato. Here at the South Jackson Civic Center. Ice Cream Social. The girls are busy serving things, and the politicians are showing up. Just about everybody here has got some kind of tag on. There's Bill Harris right there. I guarantee you he's going after some gelato. Look at there. Got those judge candidates. Over there. Standing side by side, toe to toe, serving gelato to the public. Everybody's wanting to vote around here tonight. Warm hearts. There they are. Y'all gonna dance tonight?
Absolutely.
All right. Look at there. Isn't that great? Look at those shoes. My goodness gracious. All right. Looking good.
Colored Sorbonne.
Look at that group right there. They handing out ice cream. Look at them.
You gotta have a ticket. Must get a ticket.
We're handing out cards too. Handing out cards and ice cream. Can't get you ice cream unless you take a card.
Take a card to get ice cream. Take a ticket. I bet it's
looking for votes. Everybody's looking for votes tonight. Gotta have ice cream, gotta give a card. There's somebody running right there. He's not running for the border, he's staying. He's staying. Zach Mew. Tim Brown right there, he's one of our candidates for Coffee County Mayor, and he is over here tonight scooping ice cream for South Jackson Civic Center, listening to some of this great music. I want to get the gelato queen right here, Miss Cassie Grove. She's over here. Look at these guys. They're over here dipping ice cream for South Jackson Civic Center. We appreciate all of you. And we appreciate Southern Sundays for your donations here at South Jackson and your hard work.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today at Spectrum Medical Clinic in Tullahoma, and this clinic is owned by Dr. Richard Cole, has been in Tullahoma for many, many years, and recently they've done something kind of new in that they have brought on 2 nurse practitioners. I'm talking to Catherine Freeman, who is one of those nurse practitioners. Catherine, nurse practitioners have been around for 30 or 40 years,
yes,
I think.
Yes, sir, since the 60s.
But it really seems like now it's
There's an
becoming,
explosion
a lot
practice,
more
yes.
of them are coming into play. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that the change in our the healthcare system is one, and we're going to see a lot more people that are insured now with the healthcare.gov. And I think less and less people are going into the medical field to be physicians, and when they are, I think they're going more towards specialties. And so we're seeing less turnout of less primary care physicians.
So there's probably even today a shortage of those kinds of physicians. Yes. Tell us how you differ maybe from a doctor. Tell us what a nurse
practitioner is. Okay. So a nurse practitioner is in a group called Advanced Practice Nurses. And in that group of Advanced Practice Nurses, there are nurse anesthesia, CRNA, midwives. We still have midwives that are trained, and clinical nurse specialists. But the largest group is the nurse practitioner. And in the nurse practitioner group, there's still subspecialties such as adult, pediatric, oncology, and family practice, and several others. But in that group, half of those are family practice. So we're seeing turn out more family practice. So what nurse practitioners, how they start, is they must have an RN license, which takes a 4-year BSN. Most of the people may start with associate degree, but they go on to a BSN. And entry level is at the master's program. So at the you get a master's, and now they're extending it to a doctorate. So you'll see some people with the strange initials, master's or doctorate in nursing. When you get a master's, you will get it in a certain concentration, whatever your family practice, pediatrics, that kind of thing, and which takes about 2 years, involves clinical skills and competencies that you will achieve. And when you graduate with a master's, then you will take a board, and the board certification will be in your field, such as family practice for me. Okay, and so nurse practitioners are meant, in my mind, are meant to augment the practice of physicians, not to take their place, but obviously to work together and, in a practice, so you have a healthcare team.
I see. Okay. So we can assume that perhaps you spent some years in nursing, regular nursing, before you moved into what
quite
you're doing.
some years, over 20 years as a nurse, and background in the operating room and the emergency room, that kind of thing.
Okay. What motivated you to move to that next level?
Well, when I worked in the different things, I saw that when patients were not informed about disease, they had lots of misconceptions. I felt like preventative care was not where it needed to be, and I thought that would be a good thing for me to do, and so I really enjoy family practice.
Is it fair to say that being a nurse practitioner, you probably have more time to spend with your patients as far as keeping them informed about what
I think so, and what I see is from the nursing side is that nurses are caregivers, bedside caregivers, and we talk a lot about prevention, education to patients, and those kind of things. So I think that it's somewhat a different skill set than you see with a physician. Not that they don't do those things, but that has been so much of my existence for so many years that we're just teachers. So I see that, I spend a lot of time with the patients, teaching, doing preventative medicine, and that's what, increases our life.
I see. Can you talk a little bit about the scope of your practice here at Spectrum Medical?
Okay. So nurse practitioners their scope of practice is different in each state. So you will not see we can all do the same thing. In Tennessee, it's about a moderate scope of practice. We are allowed to do what we have been educated to do in our field, and those skills, and then for physician supervision, nurse practitioners can actually have their own practice, but they have to have physician oversight. And that physician would come and check on the charts, sign off, counsel, those kind of things. Or they can work in clinics such as this with a physician. So there's a lot of opportunity.
I see. Tell us a little bit about your philosophy to your patients.
To my patients, okay. So, medicine is a very dynamic process. I mean, it's changing all the time. Not only do we see, new diagnostic testing, new medicines, those kind of things, we really rely on research a lot and retrospective research. So looking back at a group of patients who had sinus infections or who had blood pressure, and then, they gather the research and we see different things that have patterns, such as medicines and those kind of things. So we can rely on that, and that is called evidence-based practice. And that gives us better outcomes because we know if you take this drug, then probably you're going to be better off. So we see a lot of that. I do a lot of preventative care with my patients, a lot of patient teaching. I believe that your patient needs to trust you as a practitioner, needs to realize that you have the education, that you do continuing education, will always be lifelong learners, but that you are a partner with them. And I think that when the patient feels that they trust you, because obviously it's going to be my job to protect their most precious resource, which is their health, which is not replaceable.
So, when someone calls the clinic now, I think you are relatively new here at this clinic.
Yes, I have.
Here at this clinic. So when someone calls the clinic now, they can choose to either see you or see the doctor.
Yes.
So they just need to specify that when they call.
Yes, and they will lots of times. Of course, Dr. Cole has been here so long that he has a large practice. So patients sometimes have to wait a few days to see him, but they always offer us. And I think people will at times be resistant. They will, well, I prefer the physician. So I've had a lot of patients, and after you see them and interact, then they're happy with their skills. They realize that you know what you're doing. You have oversight by the physician, and I have time to spend in and pat hands and talk about
Sure.
those kind of things. And so, we see most of all of our patients very happy with nurse practitioners. The research into outcomes about patients has shown that patients do not suffer by seeing a nurse practitioner, and they usually are very content with it.
And you mentioned patting of the hands and that sort of thing, but I would imagine that's very important to a patient who is ill.
It is, and I think that they need to understand that you're there and that you're concentrating on them and that you have their well-being in mind, and that, and that instills trust, and then it's easier to get through because we are a partner. I think gone are the days of medicine when you were just given, you must take this medicine, you must do this thing. And I think now that patients are much more informed about their health, they get on the internet, they see things, and, or their relative will say, well, I take this medicine and it's worked. So often they will have suggestions, and I think that you always need to take their suggestions, and talk to them about it and decide, is that a good choice for us? But I think that when you can foster that relationship with the patient, that everybody's better off.
Okay, and I'm sure if I know you work very closely with Dr. Cole, so if a patient has seen Dr. Cole for a long time and might be a little apprehensive, they can rest assured that obviously you're going to consult with him.
Yes, exactly, and we often do that because we're in the office together, and if there's a little something I'm not sure of, then I'll say, do you mind coming in? Patients are very receptive.
Right, okay. So if you would like to see Catherine here at Spectrum Medical Clinic in Tullahoma, you can call the clinic and ask specifically for Catherine, and probably see her maybe a little quicker than Dr. Cole.
And we also are going to extend one of the evenings. On Tuesday, I will be here till 7. So we're able to see patients later in the evenings because I realize that it's hard a lot of times to get off from work and come. Okay.
And you've already started seeing patients on Tuesday till 7 o'clock, so that's going to be...
No, but next Tuesday will actually be the first day.
Be the first day, okay.
Yes.
So that's really good for people to have a job.
Exactly.
Catherine, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best here at Spectrum Medical Clinic.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
All right, folks, welcome back. And I want you to remember that the Footsteps of Sergeant York, the exhibit on Alvin York, is at South Jackson Civic Center right now, and it will be there till October the 3rd. So you have an opportunity to go see this exhibit there at South Jackson Civic Center. So give them a call on that at 455, that'd be 3521. That's it. I knew that. And find out exactly what times that is open and go by and see that. And we are going to bring you a little bit more from that band in Normandy right now. And I love the way this guy sings. He's got that old smooth classic country sound, and I love that, and I hope you do too. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senior. See? Martin Senior. Right there. Martin Senior at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
All right, we're back, Miss Peggy.
And we're
did you
wrapping it up.
notice? Well, did you notice that Charter commercial a minute ago where they were doing the splits?
I love that.
We're going to have a contest to see who can do that the quickest, you, me, or Jimmy.
Well, I'm going to guess it's not going to be me.
I would guess if any of us ever got there, it'd take the other two to get them off the floor. That's what I'd think.
There was some thing I was watching on TV, and this guy did the splits, and he split his pants. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally.
Well, and I tell you who did that recently on the stage at South Jackson was during Cat Murray's show. Luke.
Oh, Luke.
John Luke.
Yeah.
He busted his wide open. He just kept on going, you know. Well, you've got to. The show must go on.
The show must go on. And
hey,
so
if you folks hadn't gotten this album yet, you need to get it. Ray Price, Beauty is Ray Price, the last album done by the country music legend and icon Ray Price, talking about classic country music. It is one of the greatest things that you will ever listen to.
And you have the title
and
song.
I have a song on there, but beside that, the music is incredible and the orchestration is just classic country music. You can pick that up at Hastings right here in Tullahoma, or you can go to Cracker Barrel, or you can get it at Amazon or iTunes online.
Or you could come to South Jackson Goes Country on August the 8th and hear it performed live on our stage. How's that?
Well, how about that? Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're going to do that live. Fran and I are going to do a duet.
And I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about it, too.
It's a beautiful song.
Thank you very much.
And Fran must feel very blessed that you cared enough to write that song. And
well, I imagine that like most couples, one day, you know, you're blessed, and one day it's a mess. You know, one day love, the next day space, the next day she's all up in my face, and this old boy ain't got a clue. Which one of her do I make up to?
I like that one.
Yeah, you guys out there and you girls out there, that's not just coming from the male.
What? You're still standing and you're still laughing.
That's not just coming from the male's perspective. That
true.
can come from the female's perspective as well.
I have some great stories about
Ralph, I bet you did. I've heard a few of them.
Some of our escapades, but we made it through.
Made it through.
I miss him.
You know, it's all in how you handle the hands you hold.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good way to put it.
It's all in how you handle the hands you hold.
Have you written a song on that?
Yeah, that's a line.
Oh,
that's a line in a song.
That's a good line.
Well, it's not a song yet, but it's a lyric. So,
you know, I encourage people to write down lyrics. It doesn't matter if they do anything more with it than write it down. Write what's those beautiful thoughts that comes through your head.
Yeah, comes through your head and your heart. Put it on a piece of paper.
Put it on a piece of paper.
It'll show. I told Jacob, I said, one of these days when I'm gone, don't throw all this away. Read it first.
Read it. Read it
then
first.
Throw it away. But if you read it, you might find out what your old man was really all about.
And that will be the day the tears will start.
We don't know that. Hey, folks, speaking about tears, I know you're going to cry because we're getting ready to leave. We're getting ready to leave you. But if you can put it off for just a minute, we're going back to South Jackson's Midsummer Night Swing and bring you some of that sweet swing music to end the show today. Thanks, Peg.